In the late 18th century, as Europe trembled beneath the thunder of revolution, a young man from a distant island would rise to shape the destiny of an entire continent. His name was Napoleon Bonaparte. Born in 1769 on the rugged island of Corsica, Napoleon was a child of ambition. Sent to France for his education, he devoured books on history and strategy, mastering the discipline that would become the very foundation of his legend. In the hallowed halls of the Paris Military Academy, a future conqueror was being forged in the fires of dedication and study. The chaos of the French Revolution became his stage. As a young artillery officer, he proved his genius and courage at the siege of Toulon, turning a desperate situation into a decisive victory. His name, once unknown, began to be whispered in the corridors of power. He was a man on the rise, his destiny intertwined with that of France itself. Then came the Italian campaign. Here Napoleon wasn't just a commander. He was a phenomenon. Leading a poorly equipped army, he moved with breathtaking speed and brilliance, defeating larger, more experienced Austrian forces time and again. He was a master of war, a commander of fire and genius. To his soldiers, he was a hero. To the old monarchies of Europe, he was a terrifying new force. But Napoleon's ambition was boundless. He saw a France weakened by political turmoil and knew his moment had arrived. In 1799, he seized power in a daring coup d'état, becoming first consul. But this was not the end of his ambition, merely a stepping stone. 5 years later, in a moment of ultimate self-belief, he took the crown from the Pope's hands and placed it upon his own head. The French Republic was gone. In its place stood the French Empire, with Napoleon as its emperor. His reign was marked by relentless warfare. From the brilliant victory at Austerlitz, his tactical masterpiece, to the grueling Battle of Wagram, his Grande Armée marched across the continent, redrawing the map of Europe. The Napoleonic Code reformed laws, but his armies shattered kingdoms. For a decade, it seemed no one could stand against him. His power was absolute. Then came the fatal mistake. The invasion of Russia in 1812. The vast, frozen plains became a graveyard for his legendary army. The retreat was a catastrophe, a nightmare of starvation and frostbite that swallowed the Grande Army whole. The myth of his invincibility was shattered. Defeated by a coalition of European powers, Napoleon was exiled to the small island of Elba. But his story was not over. In a stunning comeback, he escaped, landed in France, and rallied the nation to his side without firing a single shot. This return, known as the 100 Days, was a final, blazing act of defiance. It all culminated on a rain-soaked field in Belgium, Waterloo. There, he met his ultimate defeat at the hands of Wellington and His final exile was to the remote and lonely island of St. Helena, in the middle of the Atlantic. Here, the man who had dominated a continent spent his last years in reflection, dictating his memoirs. He died in 1821. But his legend was only just beginning. So, who was Napoleon Bonaparte? A tyrant who plunged Europe into war, or a visionary leader who modernized France and spread the ideals of the revolution? He was both, and so much more. He remains an eternal symbol of what human ambition, for good or for ill, is capable of achieving. His story is a testament to the idea that a single individual can, indeed, change the world. Thanks for journeying with us through the life of this incredible figure. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more legends of history.